Good morning. Hi, guys. And girls and ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Mm. What a gorgeous new day, huh? Yep, it is. Just kind of trying to adjust here. So I don't like this thing right there. It's kind of ugly. Right behind my head. Hi, it's Diana. And I'm feeling called to just say hi. And I guess, yes, I had a topic in mind. Returning back to that journey of self-mastery is what's really been present for me over the last few weeks and maybe even months. And it has been quite the effort, or it's required quite the effort. It's been quite the just journey of, I guess, needing to have patience with where I'm at and go really slow and allow myself the space and the time and the patience to return fully back to the living. That's how I feel like I refer to it, returning back to the living. Because yes, this COVID period, this whole last 2 years, but also like actually getting the thing this past summer was not a piece of cake at all. Was not a walk in the park at all. And actually had double pneumonia. Eventually, that's what it came to. I came to realize, thankfully to my family's insistence to go get chest x-rays on day 8 or 9 when I was actually having a really hard time breathing. And yeah, there were definitely a few moments where I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it. I wasn't sure where I was heading. It was just really hard for me. The way that I can explain it is that it was really hard for me to get like connected to my higher self, like to connect to God, source, goddess, creator, great spirit. It was just really hard to like be out of the field that was this thing and laying in my bed and not feeling and feeling like I'm having a really hard time breathing right now. And that was the moment when I was like, I need help. And I posted I made a post on Facebook asking for prayers, and as they start coming in, as like my community from all around the world started to send me love, I just kind of I was, I started to envision like light here, light here, light here, light here, like this is the guidance, the light envelops me and supports me, and it was such deep nourishment. And I went through it. It was the first time I took antibiotics in 18 years. I used to take so many antibiotics when I was growing up, and then 18 years ago my whole understanding and philosophy around health and wellness and the pharmaceutical industry was shifted and changed, and I cut all that out. and started to support my body with nutrition, actual real nutrition, and I didn't get sick for a really, really, really long time. So where am I going with this? COVID has not been a piece of cake. It's not been a walk in the park, and it feels really good to feel like I'm coming back to myself. Like, at least in this moment, I'm coming out of the depths of that initiation and this journey, and the intensity of the collective field as well. That I feel like it's so freaking intense. And why is my music not playing? Hold on just 1 second. The song is, but I like something in the background. And it's stopping. I don't know. Is it my internet? It's okay. It was meant to be, I guess. So let me turn it back to you. I guess I'm just coming on because I want to remind you for just a moment today to experience the now, to like bring your awareness into the present moment. Like, I was in the shower and I was happy because I just jumped in the shower after taking a cold plunge in the pool. For the first time. I've been meaning to do that for a couple, 3 weeks now. And this is what I mean, it's been kind of slow. I've been allowing myself to be slow about getting there. And giving myself the patience, you know. As I slowly come out of the space of being a lizard on a rock, which is exactly what I dedicated my time doing and being after I, got the thing and double pneumonia and began to now return back to recovering, where it wasn't in the depth of it, but it was still like it had just residual leftovers. So I was happy, but there was like a moment where I was like, I'm so not here right now. And I just dropped down, and I was like, oh, okay. Oh, I started to feel like, oh, I'm taking a shower. I'm right here in this moment, lathering my body with this probiotic soap and feeling, this hot water coming and washing away, and the pleasure of the hot water, and like, oh my god, I want to be here for a really long time. And I just felt like this is like the message that I wanted to send out into the field today, to remind you to take a moment to see what it's like to be here now, like experience this moment in this moment. Like, whether you're like driving, just kind of take your yourself from the chit chatter that's happening in your mind of whatever you're involved in up there, and just bring it right here of like, oh, this is this experience I'm having right now. Like, this is me holding the steering wheel and pressing on the pedal. This is where my foot is, and I'm passing by and these people, and I'm right here in this moment experiencing what it is to be in this moment, living this moment, because this is what life is really about, is experiencing each moment as the blessing that it is. And I feel that, it's not been, I haven't been in a place of what am I going through actually really right now? Can I pinpoint it and summarize it? And if I kind of take a little inventory right now, it feels that over the last few weeks, I'm coming more fully into this place of exactly this, of acknowledging, of just coming to this place of living and appreciating each moment, in the moment. And it's not like I'm doing that each moment, really, but it's it seems that I'm being guided to remembering to do that. As if with the knowing that this could easily be my last moment. In last year, back around January or February, I was on a really good self-mastery kick. I was feeling so good. Starting cold showers, started from January 1st. It's so weird. I start my trend of doing daily cold showers, and now I have the opportunity to do cold plunges just in the winter time when it's really cold. And maybe it's because I need that extra, being able to be awake in these hibernating times. And, somehow, for some reason, my motivation returns a little more fully for some reason. So last year, I was having this experience where I realized that I felt like I want to live my life. I want to live my life in this way, that in such a way that I want my last breath to be the most blissful. I want my last breath to be the most blissful breath that I've ever taken. My life has been so full and rich and fulfilling and alive, and I've experienced it in such an awake way, drinking in the blissfulness that it is to be alive, that taking that last breath, and I guess I kind of imagine it, I'm my death breath or death bed, and I know that this is my last breath or something. I don't know, it's kind of how I envision it or imagine it. But there's something else to that, so I'm going to go back to it in a moment. But it's I've lived my life so fully and completely that taking that last breath is this is a good life. I'm so full and happy to go. Also because I know where I'm going is a fucking amazingly awesome. And the blissfulness continues. But so I was headed to a party just last week, and it was around 10 p.m. I was a little late. And, usually when I head out into social events, I'm like a recovering social anxiety kind of person. I could feel very overwhelmed. I am highly psychically sensitive. And so I found that it really helps me to invoke some prayers on my way to any social event. And so I usually call on my higher self, my holy guardian angel, all beings that are here to support me, and particularly with social situations. I do call in on Archangel Michael to protect me and to unhook all cords between me and anything that is not of the highest best or any energies, and so that I can be in my own field. And then call in on Saint Germain. I like to work with Saint Germain and the violet flame of transmutation. And I ask Saint Germain for assistance and I pray that all my interactions tonight or today or at this event will be filled with unconditional love and compassion and ease and grace. And it really helps to be present in the field. And so I was headed to this party, and I thought to myself, what would it feel like if and I knew there was going to be a lot of people, it was going to be a lot of fun. What would it feel like if I showed up and I interacted with anyone who came before me in a way that had this knowing or this attitude that this could be our very last conversation. This could be our very last interaction as well. And I'm getting chills, goosebumps in my being, because I feel like this is what's been coming in a big way. I've been communing with death for the last 7 years in a very devotional way, I guess, through plant medicine and Kundalini yoga. It just has been the theme. And it's been a beautiful journey of transformation and growth and expansion and coming more fully, actually more deeply arriving into my body here, and ability to relax into being here more fully. Like, I'm constantly aware and relaxing my nervous system and noticing where I'm my body is just in tension, tense. And it's just this constant releasing and relaxing. And so it's not like I don't feel like I've arrived. I'm continuously arriving. And what's recently been a part of this has been prevalent about this death conversation and communion with death. And even insights of this seems to be my thing to bring up and bring forth as a conversation, as the lectures that I'm here to just transmit and download, because it's just so prevalent. And so what it feels like recently has been just very the center of focus or point or invitation from Goddess, from Great Spirit, from whatever you want to call it, a higher wisdom, has been that. I'm losing my train of thought, but has been has been like, what does it feel like to experience this moment in a way that is in a decadent, is that the word decadent? I think, correct me, English is not my first language. In this rich way of, and with this attitude, we're just embodying